It's new shoe day. Today I have the Nike Blazer SB. I had such a good experience on Nikes the last time I rode them. I went back, although I will admit it still irks me to have the swoosh on my shoes. And I know I went into it about the whole corporate and blah 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 things, and Vans are just corporate also, except punk rockers wear them. But I still do have a little bit of a hard time with it. First impressions, poor slip-on ability. I actually have to get down and use my hands to not crumple the heel. So that's disappointing because I'm the kind of person that likes to just plunk my shoes onto my feet. After that though, what I will say is they really feel stuck to my feet because of these little straps in here. They've got those little straps that kind of keep the tongue from going out too much, so my laces are actually looser than the straps on the tongue. They're reasonably flexy. Let's try and get these on again. It's so much work. I'm still trying. I need a shoehorn. Nope. There, finally. See, that's how much work it is to get these things on. Drawback number one. My feet feel a little bit tall in them. There's not a lot of material here, which is not something I'm used to. But they're really cozy. And let's see how they feel on my board. We'll do a few tricks in them. So these are all my first tricks. I haven't tried anything yet. Whoa! In spite of how one of those looked, the heel flip flick is actually really catchy and good. So I found the flick really quickly with my switch flip tricks. Regular, I was really struggling. It's gonna take me a bit, but I struggled with the Stan Smiths and the other ones first. So I'm sure I will find the flick on them. Also, my ankle is sore today, so I'm not really wanting to bend enough to find it. But first impression is I am having trouble finding the flick. Let's try one more. Another first impression is the grip is not actually that good yet. Maybe when the sides of these wear down a bit, I don't know. But my old Adidas Stan Smiths have way better grip than these brand new shoes, so that's a little bit disappointing as well. I'll let you know at the end of this review in a month or two how they are. Actually, it's the winter, it's gonna be like 6 months. Get on, there, good. So I think I've been skating these long enough to give them a proper review now. You can see there's my regular foot. I got quite a bit of wear there, but it still has a lot of life in it. These are a couple months old now. I mean, this is about 2 months of old man skating in these shoes. The sole is still good. My switch foot, nowhere near as much wear. Still, the sole's holding up pretty well. They've gotten nice and flexy. They were a little bit stiff compared to my Stan Smiths at first, although that could just be going from an old shoe to a new shoe. So after a couple months of skating in these shoes, if I had one word to describe these shoes, it would be heel flip. If I had 2 words, best heel flip. 3 words, best heel flips ever. You get where I'm going with this. I don't know what it is about these shoes, something about the shape of the sole. It's like the rubber is just the perfect amount right there. And I have no idea if this has anything to do with it, but literally from the moment I put these on until now, these are probably my favorite shoes I've ever had for heel flips. And I've skated a lot of shoes. I've skated Lakais, I've skated Adidas, I've skated Nikes, I've skated Vans. I've skated all the old Etnies and Airwalks back in the 90s. Obviously, I've been paying more attention to these things since I started the channel in the last year. However, I noticed it immediately when I tried these. Now, kickflips, on the other hand, were not the same story. Kickflips took a while to break in. There's just quite a lot of rubber on the toe, so the kickflips took a while to wear in a little bit, but once they did, they have an amazing flick. And because there's a fair amount of rubber, they've taken a really long time to wear down. My Stan Smiths were way more worn down by this point. So these still have a lot of life in them. I'll get at least 1 or 2 more boards out of these shoes. So that's about 4 boards for these shoes. And you guys may have noticed, since I got these shoes, the amount of heel flips I'm doing in my videos has gone up, simply because I just like doing them in these shoes. So the grip and board feel is quite good. Again, I didn't like it at first, but once I got used to them, the grip and board feel was great. And impact feels okay, but you guys know I don't jump down anything. And again, my other weird idiosyncrasy is that I don't really wear my shoes down here. So if you're the kind of person that gets holes in the side of your shoe from ollies, I don't know, I just don't get them for some reason. So I'm definitely glad I got these. I would recommend them. I'm surprised how durable they are for how thin they are. There's really not a lot here. They weren't necessarily the best winter shoe. They got a little bit cold. And my only other complaint is they don't look awesome in sweatpants. But then again, that might be the sweatpants. So anyways, let's get to heel flipping. That's as good as I'm gonna be able to get that one. I don't feel like working any harder. As cool as those ledges are, if you hop up on the ledge wrong, your base plate rides on the ledge on the top, and then you slow down and stop right away. Okay, so you guys get the idea. I like them, and especially for heel flips. Now, the only bitter pill to swallow here is, you guys have heard the expression, I'm gonna hold my nose and vote for. Well, that's the one thing about Nikes, right? I mean, like, a lot of us just aren't fond of Nike. And the fact is, though, they make a really good skate shoe, and whenever I can find one for a good deal, I'm just gonna hold my nose and skate Nikes. So, what can I say? I like them. It's up to you if you want to buy them, and I hope this video was useful to you. And guys, I want to say thank you so much for the support. Sometimes I wonder why I'm even doing this. It's sort of the only thing in my life that makes sense sometimes. Everything else is going to total chaos, which is why I wear sweatpants all the time now. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it's useful.